Hey guys, welcome to The Art of Whiskey. I'm James Adams. This is a new acquisition for me, Henry McKenna, Bottle and Bond. That means 100 proof, in case you didn't know. Bottle and Bond, it is, Henry McKenna was acquired by Heaven Hill, which is really interesting because Heaven Hill has got that storied history. I think 1837 is when Henry McKenna first started distilling. It's got the same mash bill as the Heaven Hill, current Heaven Hill, and also Evan Williams. So this has got a very storied mash bill. I think it is 75% corn, 12% wheat, and let's see, what else is it? Close enough for now, but really tasty. It's got a very good oily mouthfeel when you pour it. It's very, got some really nice legs, and if anybody knows, you can kind of see the legs, but very tough to see it on video. It's got a nice copper color to it. Great nose on it. Some people say you got to let it open up, but for a $65 to $75 bottle, this is going to be a really, really good one for that part of the market. I've tried it a couple times in Old Dusty, which is a 1970s-ish bottle, and it's got the Old Dusty funk to it, but this one really lives up to what you would expect for the Henry McKenna name. And starts off with the nose. It's just really exciting, very flavorful. It's got a little bit of vanilla. It's got a slight spice to it. You can tell on the nose, and that comes in on the palate. So when you taste the front end of the palate, it kind of hits you, and it's got that vanilla, a little bit of tobacco taste to it, but it's very, very, very smooth all the way through. So you take the front end of the palate, the mid palate, and the end. It's got a very nice, the 100 proof really gives you a nice even burn across it. And when I say burn, I don't say in a bad way at all, but really tasty from the front of the palate to the end of the palate. And then the finish is a medium long finish. With this type of bottle, you're not gonna, I wouldn't expect to get a really long finish, but it's a very tasty and very enjoyable finish. And pair that up with the 100 proof. It's spicy enough. It's got a little bit of that spice to it. I think 12% rye, but all in all, it's a really good taste. It's a really good drink. So $65 to $75. I'm going to recommend this every day for somebody to try it if they want something new. And like Heaven Hill, like Evan Williams, it's a great bottle to have.
So you mentioned some Old Dusty. So what do you mean by Old Dusty? Because I've heard that reference quite a few times.
Well, the Old Dusty, so back in the 70s, 80s, and even 90s, you'll hear people say Heaven Hill, and they'll say pre-fire. So Heaven Hill Distillery had a fire, and I believe that was 90s, mid-90s. Don't know exact date, but if it was distilled before then you can tell, let's see, 10 or 12 years after that, they're going to release it. And so if you get a Heaven Hill that's a 2012, then the likely chance is that it was distilled and put in the barrel before the fire happened. And so when you taste those older bourbons, there's a little bit of an interesting funk to it, or a dusty taste to it. It's hard to describe. Some people say it's a little different with the Wild Turkey as opposed to Heaven Hill, as opposed to Buffalo Trace. You know, in Buffalo Trace, you get into some of the older ones like the Pappy Van Winkle and the Blantons. You know, obviously the Blantons has kind of become iconic. It's become a little bit of a joke in the bourbon community. Hey man, got any Blantons? Got the Blantons? But some of those older Blantons, the 89s, 90, 91, 92, 93, a lot of those bottles ended up being drawn from very, very old stock, very old barrels that they had aging. And not that the mash bill has changed at all, but that over those years they take on a certain funk. And part of it also is, I think, no matter how you bottle it, you're going to have some evaporation from the juice. And so maybe it starts off at where that black line is right there. And over 10, 15, 20, 25 years, some of that will evaporate and the juice will condense. And obviously we call it juice, but it's a very affectionate term. We love old bourbon. We love new bourbon. We love what the distillers are doing. They've got a lot of old stock out there, and we can't wait to get our hands on it.